Chris here, and welcome to my channel. As you can see by my setup, it's time to play Phase 10 Chooses my TBR. So it is that time of the month again, and it is time to let you know what I am planning on reading in the month of May and the readathons, read-alongs, buddy reads, etc. that I'm taking part in. For readathons, I'm currently only planning on doing 2. Although Omi is trying to talk me into a few others, so we'll see if I end up doing those. But the 2 I'm definitely going to take part in are the latest round of the Final Book support group. It is a week-long round, I think the 20th through the 26th, which is, of course, hosted by Steph from Steph Loves and is all about reading some of the sequels on your TBR. And then the other one is my own readathon that I'm hosting in May, called Cielo's Curious Chapters. I will link the announcement video in the description above, but it is a readathon that comes with a game board and a bunch of prompts that are designed to get you to read some mystery books. I am very excited to be taking part. I have a separate TBR for this one, so I will link that in the cards above as well. And I cannot wait to see what you all end up reading, and I hope you will come and join me playing Cielo's Curious Chapters in May. For buddy reads, I have been doing a read-along with some people on my Discord, and we are reading the Cosmere, and we started with Mistborn Era 1. So in May and June, we will be reading The Hero of Ages, which is the third and final book in the first era of Mistborn. I am really, really excited to get to this. I was very, very frustrated at the end of March when I finished book 2 and could not pick up book 3 because, well, 1, the read-along was for May and June, and 2, I just did not have room on my April TBR. So very, very excited to be getting to this one in May. Another read-along I'm doing in my Discord is a Warriors read-along. And in May, we will be reading book 5 in the original first arc of the series, A Dangerous Path. I am loving my reread of this, so I cannot wait to dive in to book 5 and continue to hear about the journey our characters are going on in this first arc. It's been so much fun slipping back into this, so I'm really, really loving it. And then the last one that I am doing is a Nevermore read-along, and in May, we will be reading Wondersmith, The Calling of Morrigan Crow. I absolutely adore this series. I'm so excited for the new book that's coming out. Wanted to do a refresh, so I decided to host a little bit of a read-along. So in May, we will be reading Wondersmith. If you'd like to join us in any of these read-alongs, the link to my Discord is in the description below. Feel free to come hop in and read along with us. For the buzzword prompt, we need to read a book that has 2 T-O or 2 T-O-O in the title. For this, I'm going to read All Roads Lead to This by Kay Clare. It says, Cedric and Ruben have been best friends since 6th grade and cannot imagine life without each other. Cedric was there for Ruben when he came out to his family, and Ruben was there for Cedric through every step of his transition. Now both 24 and working at the same plant shop, their boss gets an opportunity to receive some extremely rare plants she's wanted for years. Except there's a problem. The plants need to be collected in person from across the country, and she cannot make the journey herself. Ruben, ever helpful, is quick to volunteer him and Cedric to travel across the country in her place. Cedric is apprehensive about the trip, both because he hates sudden changes to his routine and because he may or may not have a few secrets he hasn't told Ruben. Secrets like the fact that he might be in love with his best friend. This is an ebook I bought in a Smashwords ebook sale, so it will work for 2 of my personal goals for 2025, which is to read my ebooks and to read all of the books on my 2025 haul. So definitely thought this was a perfect opportunity to squeeze this one on there. And then for the buzz cover prompt, we need to read a book with eyes on the cover. So I'm going to read The Fire Within, which is the first book. I'm trying to remember what the name of the series is. I'm not sure. I know it is the first book in a series. I've read at least the first couple of books before, and I think I found this in a little free library and decided I wanted to own it and give it a reread because it had been a while, and I do not remember if I ever actually finished the series. This says, when David moves in with Elizabeth Pennycettle and her 11-year-old daughter Lucy, he discovers a collection of clay dragons that come to life. David's own special dragon inspires him to write a story which reveals the secrets behind a mystery. In order to solve the mystery and save his dragon, David must master the magic of the fire within, not only with his hands, but also with his heart. I remember really enjoying this when I read it the first time, but it's been so long that I don't remember all of the details. It is also, I believe, on my 2021 haul, which is another one of my 2025 goals. So I am very excited that I'm getting to use my Buzzwordathon prompts to complete some of my own personal goals in the month of May. Which brings me to my nonfiction pick of the month. And for this, I've chosen I'm That Girl, Living the Power of My Dreams by Jordan Childs. Jordan Childs was on our Olympic gymnastics team in this most recent Summer Olympics. I really enjoyed following her journey, and when I saw that she had a book out, I decided I wanted to snag it and give it a read. So I'm very, very excited to hear about Jordan's life and what she chooses to highlight. Which brings me to this. This scares me. I think I counted, and with the books I would like to get to, I think I have like a 1 in 3 shot of pulling a series out of here that I'm already planning on reading. And given the amount of books that I want to read in May, I'm really behind y'all because I'm trying to keep all of my goals and try to schedule them ahead. So I have all of these books I need to read because I'm just not doing great at this whole reading my 2021 haul, not buying books so I don't have a ton of 2025 haul books to read, not to mention all of the ebooks I need to get to. So it would be nice if this could be kind to me and actually give me some series I'm already planning on reading. So let's see. And there go the papers. A red one. We're shocked, right? Because, you know, I never draw red papers. I feel like they're often red and green. Oh, we got a yellow one. And how is this possible? I literally just emptied you. And another red one. There are papers on the floor, and I just emptied them. It is surprising how quickly I need to go through that jar again. Okay. First up was not one of the ones on my TBR. Charles Lennox by Charles Finch. This was not my TBR, but I can work with this. So this is going to be interesting because apparently my library's website is down. So I can get the audiobook. I can still view Libby and Hoopla, but I can't tell whether I can get the physical book. So I can at least listen to this. This is the 4th book in the Charles Lennox series. And in this one, Charles is going to be asked by a colleague in Parliament to consult in the murder of a footman bludgeoned to death with a brick. His investigation uncovers some unsettling facts about the family he served and a strange second identity that the footman himself cultivated. That sounds interesting. This hasn't been my favorite series, but I do love me a good mystery, so I'm definitely willing to give this series a few more books before I make a firm determination on whether I want to continue to read it or DNF it. Next, the Lady Astronaut series. This one I can absolutely do. So the 4th book in this series is The Martian Contingency. This is a series I've really, really enjoyed. It's a alternate reality sci-fi where in the first book we're in the 1950s and an asteroid takes out a good chunk of the East Coast, which accelerates our space program because we need to get off of Earth. I have really, really enjoyed this series, so I'm so excited to finally be able to dive back in. I've been waiting for this book for years, and it just recently came out, so this is getting another one of my 2025 haul books on my TBR, and is one of the series I was hoping to get to in the month of May, so that one was kind to me. So let's see what our 3rd series is. The Bright Storm Chronicles by Vashti Hardy. This one I can take out because I have actually completed that. Well, I'm caught up in that. So let's pick a different paper. We're going to try to do this without dumping papers all over the floor. Ooh, we got an orange one. And we got The Beloved Bookworm Mystery by Dorothy St. James. I'm going to have to look this one up. I'm not sure which one this is. So I'm on the 2nd book in this series, which is a perfect bind. I actually own it, so that worked out really well. I don't have to wonder about whether our library has it. This one follows a librarian who in the 1st book is trying to figure out how to preserve her library because I believe the library board wants to turn the library into a bookless library, which seems very weird. How does a library not have books? But what can you do? And she works to set up like a secret library in, I believe, the basement of the library. And in this one, it looks like somebody is going to try to vandalize the library by breaking in. And a patron tells True, our main character, that for years he's heard rumors of a poltergeist that haunts the library determined to scare off readers. True is certain it's hogwash, but who might be vandalizing the beautiful books she fought so hard to protect? When a dead body shows up right behind the library, True is certain that it's not a ghost, but a cold-blooded killer that she and her trusty tabby, Dewey Decimal, will need to uncover. Luckily enough, the premise of this is unique enough that I know which series this is, so I don't need to reread the 1st book. So I'm excited to dive back into this one and see what True and Dewey get up to and who is actually messing with her library. So those are my 3 series. The Beloved Bookworm has at least one more book in it because I own it, so we'll put that back in. And Charles Lennox has more books in that series, so we will stick that one back in. Obviously, I won't be putting the Bright Storm Chronicles back in because I'm caught up on it, and the Martian Chronicles, the Lady Astronaut series, I will be caught up if I read the Martian Contingency. So that one doesn't need to go back in my jar. So we can put the lid back on this. And that was not bad, especially considering the books it gave me are mysteries, which could come in handy for Cielo's Curious chapters. We're on phase 10, which means we're going for a set of 5 and a set of 3. I don't know what my set of 3 is going to be right now, but I definitely have my set of 5. We have my prompts, my cards, and my die, which I'm assuming I'm going to need because this was very, very kind to me last month, because I got to stop TBR on the first card. So I had no books to read, so I've definitely completed my TBR, which means I get another reward. We're rapidly running out of these, so if anybody has any ideas for rewards, feel free to let me know. And I'm going to go with this one. And the top card is a wild. I can put it anywhere. This is the only place I want to see a wild. So let's not go with 11s, 8s, 7s, 3s, 4s, or 6s. Let's do a red 12. We're going to make that the prompt for red 12. And we will slide this prompt back in to the deck and kind of mix it up just so it has a chance of getting back on the board somewhere else. Fun fact, I dumped my prompts on the floor today, so I've had to pick them up and mix them up. So they're really, really mixed up because they were all over the floor. That was fun. And because I'm sure y'all want to see me get this wild, let's mix the wild back in just in case, because, you know, what would be this game if I didn't draw any wilds? I know some of you were very disappointed last month when I got stopped TBR, so I had literally no prompts to draw, no chances of wilds. Just a real easy, fun time. I obviously cannot get that one again because it is not in the deck right now. I'm actually wondering where I stuck it because I'm not sure. I think I know what I did with it. I was like, I didn't have any prompts left over because it was a fresh board and I didn't have any, like rewards. Like normally I keep all that stuff together, but like I was starting fresh, so I have no idea where I did with it, but I think I know where I stuck it. So we'll do this just a couple of times so you can be sure that I have mixed the cards. And yeah, then we can get into the game and see what it gives me. I should also mention I do have a giant stack of rewards. I can void a wild, which I will probably do if I get one. I have no punishments next month, which I may or may not need, but I won't know until next month. I can combine 2 prompts, so if I pull the middle grade and later in the game I pull a paperback and the middle grade I chose was a paperback, I could just use this and not have to pick a second book. And then I have remove 1 book from TBR, which I may or may not use at the end depending on how long this is. So let's dive into draw number 1 and see what this month has in store for me. A blue 5. I don't have any 5s over there, so blue 5. The prompt for blue 5 is the same genre as my last 5-star. So I was pretty sure I knew what my last 5-star read was, and if I was right, I knew exactly what book I was going to read, and I was. So my last 5-star was The Wild Robot Escapes. So the book I'm going to choose for this prompt is The Wild Robot Protects, which is the 3rd book, maybe final book in the series. I gave both the first 2 books 5 stars, absolutely adored them, and cannot wait to read book 3. I would have read it already if I had access to the audiobook. Alas, I am in line. So there is 0 chance I'm not reading this book in the month of May. I have absolutely adored the series. It follows a robot who ends up kind of washing up on shore. The boat it was on crashed and it gets itself out of its container and has to find a way to survive on this island with some animals and ends up adopting a baby gosling and having to raise it. I just love this series. I would be shocked if it does not end up on my top 5 books in a series in 2025 list at the end of the year. That's how confident I am about this series. So I cannot wait to read book 3. Such an easy choice. Let's replace that with this. And we'll go into draw number 2, which is a red 9. And I don't have 9s. The prompt for red 9 is pull pick. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be nice to myself. When this video goes live, there will be a poll up on my channel for you to help me choose what book is my poll pick for the final book support group, because one of the prompts for that readathon is poll pick. I always do these with emojis, so I'm not going to tell you what books are in the poll, but on my community tab right now, there is a poll as you are watching this to help me decide which book I'm going to read for poll pick for the final book support group. I'm going to combine the poll pick prompt from there and the poll pick prompt from here just to make it easier on myself. So head over to my community tab and vote, and watch out for my final book support group TBR video to find out what book I'm reading. We'll replace that with this and go to draw number 3, which is an 8. We're going to definitely hang on to the 8. And I think we're going to get rid of the red 11. I'm hoping that'll make it more likely that a red 12 will come up. So the prompt for red 11 is odd page number. So for odd page number, I'm going to read A Perfect Bind, which is 313 pages. I've already mentioned what this is about. It is one of my series I have to continue this month anyways, so I might as well try to get it on my Phase 10 TBR. We'll replace that with this and go for draw number 4, which is a red 5. Honestly, guys, I almost chose red 5 for that reward. Alas, I did not. The prompt for red 5, though, is nonfiction. So y'all are going to be shocked, but the book I'm going to choose for this prompt is I'm That Girl, Living the Power of My Dreams by Jordan Childs, because it is my nonfiction pick of the month, and I'm doubling up wherever I can because I'm trying to be nice to myself in May. So here is my nonfiction pick for Phase 10. We'll replace that with this and go to draw number 5, which is once again a red 9. This prompt did not want to stay on the board. This time the prompt for red 9 is blue on the cover. So for blue on the cover, I'm going to go with one of my 5-star predictions and read The House at the Edge of Magic by Amy Sparks. I'm really, really excited for this book. It feels like it could easily get a 5-star. It says 9 is an orphan pickpocket with nothing to her name, but when she plucks a beautiful ornament from someone's purse, she's sure her luck is about to change. Instead, her treasure grows into an enormous house full of magic, mystery, and ridiculous residents. But this enchanted place is under a terrible curse that only 9 can break, and she might be willing to help for something in return. So very, very curious about this one. I've heard some good things about this series, so excited to get to this one in May. Draw number 6 gets me a green 9. Maybe I should have saved my 9s. It's not something I normally do because I typically go with the numbers I already have over there, but apparently I should have gone with 9s. This is a very 9-heavy month. The prompt for green 9 is Low Expectations. So for this, I'm going to read Johnny Finds a Dead Body by D.S. Whitaker. This is an ebook that I had picked up, I think, in like an ebook sale for like free or 99 cents. And I don't know that I'm going to really love it. It says Johnny Crosswell, a former Marine turned maintenance worker for the National Park Service on St. John, has daily challenges, mainly struggling years later with the lingering effects of a traumatic brain injury. Still, he enjoys the simple things in life, reading, fishing, and giving treats to his iguana friend Stumpy. But things take a strange turn when he arrives to work pre-dawn at Hawks Nest Beach to discover a dead body in the surf. Before the police arrive, he innocently takes a fun keyring off the deceased. When a sinister man dressed in black comes around asking about the dead man's belongings, Johnny and his sidekick Cud, a homeless recluse and former billionaire, hatch schemes to investigate the murder. With a hitman on the loose, a police chief who hates him, and being framed for 2 murders, can Johnny make the right choices and stay alive to uncover the truth? Or will a cheesy puff crazed iguana ruin everything? So it sounds really intriguing, but it also has things that could be potentially written badly. I don't know. I'm going into this with some low expectations. There's only one review on Storygraph and it was 3 stars. So we're going to see how this goes. And yeah, I don't have 5-star feelings for this one. So I think it fits the prompt really, really well. And we'll get one of my ebooks off of my ebook TBR. We'll replace that with this and go for draw number 7, which is a 7. And we're going to hang on to this. And we'll get rid of the blue 3 because I do have 7s. So that'll give me options for 8s and 7s. And the prompt for blue 3 is Book with a Map. So for Book with a Map, I'm going to go with another 5-star prediction and read Dragon Riders of Roar by Jenny McLaughlin. This is the 4th book in this series. And there is my map. I've really enjoyed the first 3 books in the series. I wasn't expecting a 4th book, but I'm not complaining. And I think it will be a book that has potential to get 5 stars, so I'm looking forward to diving back into this series and seeing what adventures Rose and Arthur get up to in this one. We'll replace that with this and go into draw number 8, which is a yellow. I really should have gone for 9s, huh? Oh, and yellow 9 is a reward. Exciting. Ooh. Watch 4 hours of streaming. So instead of reading for this prompt, I need to hop on to Hulu or Netflix or Disney Plus or Paramount Plus or HBO Max and watch some streaming, some TV. Cool. I have some options for this. I have a few TV shows that I have been meaning to get back to, so I'm not going to complain about this at all. We'll replace that with this and go into draw number 9. This is being nice to me, so I'm very nervous, which is a yellow 3. We'll take it. We will take it. The prompt for yellow 3 is colorful cover. So for colorful cover, I'm going to go with the Library of Borrowed Hearts because this is very colorful. I believe this is another one of my 5-star predictions. And actually, I think that this was also a 5-star prediction. So I might be reading 4 out of 5 of my 5-star predictions in the month of May. I thought this sounded really interesting. It says 2 young lovers, 60 long years, 1 bookish mystery worth solving. I am very excited about this one, and it is an extremely colorful cover, so I think it works really well for this prompt. We'll replace that with this and go to what could be my final draw. Draw number 10 is a green 5. Y'all, I was expecting like 3 wilds, and I got none. I'm shocked. The prompt, oh, that was yellow. I almost picked the wrong prompt. The prompt for green 5. Air on the cover or in the title. For air on the cover or in the title, I'm going to read A Thundering of Monsters because as you can see, these people are in the sky. They're flying through the air. This is the 3rd and final book in the Songs of Magic series, and I cannot wait to wrap the series up. I've had a lot of fun with it. I'm very curious to see how it ends, and I have been waiting for this book to come out. It came out, I believe, in March, so excited that I have found a way to put it on my TBR. I apologize if you can hear Stormy crying. He would like to come out, and so I'm glad I'm almost done so I can let him out. So that is my TBR. Let's replace that. That was really nice to me, and see if I can run you through what I'm reading, because I actually have a small enough TBR that I think I can do it. So for air on the cover and the title, I'm going to read A Thundering of Monsters. For colorful cover, I'm going to read The Library of Borrowed Hearts. For 4 hours of streaming, I could watch Ghosts. I could watch Only Murders in the Building. I could watch Virgin River. I have options. I'm in the middle, like I said, of a few shows. I don't watch TV very often, so this is giving me a good excuse to actually sit down and binge some TV. Or maybe I'll watch some movies. I don't know. We'll have to see. For book with a map, I'm reading The Dragon Riders of Roar. For low expectations, I'm reading Johnny Finds a Body. For blue on the cover, I'm going to read The House at the Edge of Magic. For nonfiction, I'm going to read I'm That Girl by Jordan Childs. For odd page number, I'm going to read A Perfect Bind. For same genre as your last 5-star, I'm going to read The Wild Robot Protects. And remember, I also have poll pick, so check out my community tab and vote for which book I need to read to complete this prompt in the month of May. So here is part of my Phase 10 TBR. The ones I have physically right now anyways, and know what I'm reading because I don't know what I'm reading for poll pick at the moment. I'm pretty happy with this. This was really nice to me. I am shocked. Shocked, I tell you. I was expecting like 3 wilds and to have to use some of my rewards, but alas, I did not need to, so they will be back next month. A reminder, I am doing read-alongs for the Nevermore series, the Cosmere, and the Warrior series, so feel free to jump into my Discord and come chat with us if you would like to give these series a try. Also, remember, I am hosting a readathon in the month of May called Cielo's Curious Chapters, and Cielo would love if you'd come join us and help to collect her favorite things. I believe that is everything. This was incredibly kind to me, and it is stifling in my bedroom, so I'm going to go. Stormy really wants me to go and let him out. So All of my social media is linked in the description below if you'd like to come chat with me. If you've made it this far in the video, leave me music-related emojis because this is the Songs of Magic series. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!